Hello, my name is Monica Orona and I'm a psychology major. My presentation today is called Running on Money, and it is an examination of the association between money and happiness. So, a recent crisis that we're facing in El Paso, Texas is immigration. Did you ever wonder if money buys immigrants happiness? Well, there was a study conducted by Calvo and Chung in 2017 that examined this question. And one of the things that they found was that once immigrants settled in their destination countries, the importance that absolute income and happiness had when they were migrating at the time that they settle, this no longer matters. So, what about life, money, and age? Well, there was a study conducted by SAY in 2008 that found out that the population, when they're between the ages of 18 and 44 years old, that is when money and happiness is most significant. But once you increase in age between the ages of or over 65, the importance is no longer relevant when it comes to older women. But the ones that worry about money are older men. So how does the population compare when it comes to money and happiness? Well, there was a study done by McBride in 2010, and it found that people tend to compare themselves with those that are like them, mostly to those that have the same partner type. And unfortunately, happiness does decrease if the rewards of others is higher. So we tend to show our selfishness in that area. But my hypothesis for this experiment is as money increases, happiness increases. As money decreases, happiness decreases. The independent variable is money, the dependent variable is happiness, and the relationship between the two variables is a positive relationship. Along with this study, I administered a survey to 3 peers. I interviewed one person and collected their data on my hypothesis. So a few things that I found is, one funny thing that I found is that 66% of my survey participants prefer money over their mothers. So why am I saying this? It's because I asked them a question that if they were sure that they had the winning lottery numbers and their mother happened to call and tell them that they had a flat tire, what would they do? Would they run and get their mother? Would they stop and get their ticket first? Or would they simply call somebody else to go rescue her? Well, 2 of my participants, one male and one female, both agreed that they would first stop and get their lottery ticket and then they would go get their mom. So mom would have to wait. So the person I interviewed also agrees that as money increases, happiness increases. However, I might also add that this young lady felt that money brings more happiness when it is shared. So that's a good thing. So with every research study or experiment, there's always limitations. The biggest limitation on my study is that I was not able to test my hypothesis because an experiment conducted through UTEP would require IRB approval, and there was not enough time to obtain that. So an experiment would be the best way to test my hypothesis, but it may be expensive and it would require random participation in order to be valid. So therefore, I would need a greater population. My experiment consisted of an experimental group and a control group. Therefore, my experiment would be classified as a classical experimental design. And for future researchers, they should revise some of my questions to obtain better results. And always, when it comes to articles and data, there's never enough. So I would really suggest reading a few more articles to include maybe more in-depth data about happiness and money across different populations. And that concludes my presentation. Thank you.